Okay, so the first thing that you want to definitely do is start off with a heat protectant. I like to use this 21 Essentials because it's like a bunch of other things, including like detangler, and it makes your hair shiny, and it does all these really cool things. But I use this in damp hair, and then so I have a little heat protectant, which is important. Something I see people do a lot that's a don't is to take a big chunk of hair and then just run the flat iron over it a bunch of times, because the problem with that is you're frying the outside edges of the hair and the inside edges aren't getting anything. So by the time you go over it enough that the inside gets heat, you're pretty much frying the outer edges. So they're unhappy with you by then. So if you section it off, then you get smaller pieces, and you can do, you get smaller pieces, and then you only have to run through it one time. And go as slow as you need to go so that you don't have to run through the hair multiple times. And I like to curve mine at the bottom. That's not really a do or a don't. I just think it makes it look natural and fall softer rather than looking like really super straight. But that's a look too that you could go for. It just kind of depends on what you want. So the next do, and you probably already have seen me doing this, is to run a brush through it before you run the iron down through it. The reason I do that is because it makes all the follicles point the same direction. It gets all the hair going the same direction, so you don't crunch the hair, and so you don't have to go over it multiple times. Another don't that I see people do a lot is putting hairspray on it or anything wet on it right before you run the iron down through it. I know it's tempting because it does make it really go down straight, and maybe if you need that look for a special occasion, do it, but it really does fry the hair. It's like sizzling your hair, and it's so bad for it. So really avoid doing that on a regular basis. Another don't is, if you can help it, don't blow dry and flat iron your hair. I know a lot of girls have really crazy curls and they're really trying to tame them for a certain look. In that case, if you have to blow dry and flat iron, then you can do that. But if it's just kind of out of habit, make sure that you know that you need to do that, because if you just sleep on your hair wet and then flat iron in the morning, for me, that's way better because then I didn't get the double heat. But for some people, it would still be kinky and not work that way. Another tip that I always tell people is be sure that you know you need the amount of heat you're using. So a lot of times with everything beauty, I feel like we get in habits and we just do it because that's how we do it. So if you're using a ton of heat, but your hair curls or flattens really easy, you're just basically frying your hair for no reason. So be sure to test every once in a while to make sure that you need the amount of heat you need. The way I test would just be lower it and then see if you still get that same flat, silky look that you're going for. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope this helps you flat iron safely.